Hey everyone, this is Sandip back with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to start a new series on Java. This is plain Java, which is a very popular technology, right? And if you want to become a full stack developer, I think Java is a very good technology and it's been used in making a lot of enterprise applications, especially in the bank. So, I thought of maybe I'll start with Java first and probably then probably I'll come up with another series on Spring Boot, right? Where, once we have all these series, right, you will be able to create the full stack applications, I can say. So in today's video, I'm starting with the Java Bootcamp. So then the name of this series is Java Bootcamp. So why Bootcamp? Because we are going to do a lot of hands-on. We are going to have some challenges. We are going to write a lot of code to learn Java. So there will be some theory, but most of the time we are going to write code. So let's get started. In today's video, I'm going to start with your first Java program. So first of all, we are going to install the JDK. JDK stands for Java Development Kit. You need Java. Java is nothing but a software. You can think of it as a software. So we need that software so that you can write Java programs. We're going to install the text editor and I'm going to install Visual Studio Code. I'm going to use Visual Studio Code, but feel free to use Notepad, Notepad++. Then there is Eclipse, which is very popular. Then the IntelliJ also is one of the text editor, which is very, very popular in Java community. But I'm going to use something different called Visual Studio Code, and we'll see how we can write Java code inside that. Then once we have the text editor, we're going to write our first Java program, and I'm going to have a challenge at the end of the video. So I'm going to give you a challenge. You solve that challenge by yourself first, and then I'm going to help in writing that challenge solution by myself. So let's jump into the video. First of all, we're going to install the JDK. So you just to go ahead on Google and search for Amazon Corretto 11. You can go for 11 version, you can go for 17 version, or you can go for the latest version also. You just scroll down here, right? And you'll see a lot of links, right? So if you have a Linux machine, you can have this file, just download this file and run the file. If you have a Windows machine, right, you can download this MSI file. And if you have a Mac machine, you can download this package, right? And once you just click on this link, I actually have already downloaded all of these things and installed. Once you download this, just click on it, click on the next button, and it will be really easy. Installing a software is like a cakewalk, right? So just go ahead and install all of this software. I'm going to take a pause, come back, and then I'm going to continue. Okay, so hopefully I think you have installed the JDK, Java Development Kit. And if you want to check whether JDK has been installed on your machine or not, you just open a terminal and just run this command -java-version. And if you see something like this, like I have Java 17 here, if you see something like this, then this indicates or this tells you that Java has been successfully installed on your machine. Now let's move on and install the text editor. And the text editor we are going to use is a Visual Studio Code. You just search for the Visual Studio Code. And if you're having a Windows machine, just go and download the Windows installer. If you have a Mac machine, just install the Mac installer. Again, it's really simple. Just download the setup, run the setup, click on next button, and you're good to go with the text editor also. Now, once you have the Visual Studio Code, like I have in my machine, right, open that and go to this part, right, these boxes, right, and you need to install this. Search for the extension pack for Java. Extension pack for Java. Just search for this and you're going to get this Microsoft link and you just need to install this. So I've already installed this extension pack for Java so that it will give us a nice code coloring and all. And I have already installed it. Go ahead and install this one also. So once you have this, I think we are ready to go. I'm going to take a pause. Hopefully install Visual Studio Code, install extension pack for Java. Go into the plugins. These are some of the extensions or plugins you can install in Visual Studio Code editor. So I'm going to take a pause here. Go ahead and install all of this and then come back and we'll start writing our first Java program. Okay. So let's start with writing our first Java program. So to write any Java program, right, first of all, we need to create a folder. So I'll go to my Java Bootcamp folder. I'm going to create my first project here. Maybe I'll name it your first Java program, something like that. Or maybe I did some mistake. Okay, maybe I'll go with like this, your first Java program, something like this. And now I'm going to open this folder in Visual Studio Code. So just click on that. I need to go into my GitHub folder, code with Sandip, Java Bootcamp, and I'm going to open this one here. Now, to write any Java program, we need to create something called a class. Now, what is the meaning of class? You can think of class as a blueprint. Like, when we say, suppose you want to create your own house, right? So for creating a house, you need to first architect it, right? You need to create the structure of the house. Once you have the structure, you can create multiple houses from that one structure, right? So you can think of that structure as a class. So class is nothing but a blueprint or a structure for an object. You can take that structure and produce as many objects, like as many houses as possible. Similarly, you can create as many objects as possible. So to start in Java, right, you need to start with one class, at least one class. You should have one class where you're going to have a main method, and then that main method is like a door to the house, right? It's like an entrance into your program. You can have multiple classes, and we are going to create multiple classes in upcoming videos, but you need to start somewhere, right? And you need to start with one class. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to create a new file here. So, and I'm going to name it hello Java, not Jaka, Java, and the extension of that file will be Java. So hello Java.java, and I'm going to write my first class here. So I'm going to use public. This is a syntax you need to follow: public class hello Java. So this is the name of my class. So generally, whatever is the name of a file, same name we give to the class also. And forget about this public keyword for now. We're going to have a detailed discussion around it in the upcoming videos. You just need to remember you need to use this class keyword. Class is nothing but a blueprint for an object, because behind the scene, Java is going to create an object of this hello Java class. And inside this hello Java class, we're going to have one public method, which is like a door to our house, right? So which is public void main, and which is going to accept string string array actually of arguments. So this method is like a door, is an entry point for your program, right? So public void main string arguments. This is how you write, and inside that now we can write whatever code we want to write, and whatever we're going to write in this class, right, in this main method, everything is we are going to discuss in this bootcamp. And there is a shorter way. You don't need to write all of this. You just type main and press enter, and we need to write static also. I forgot to mention that we need to write publish static void main. That's why it's good to have this syntax, because you don't need to write it by yourself. That's what I do usually. I just search for the main and I just press enter, and public static void main string argument is what is your entry point into the program. Now here I can write something like system dot out dot println, and I can print some values here, right? So maybe we'll print simple hello Java. What this is going to do, this system.out.println is basically going to access our terminal window, and inside that it's going to print this hello Java message. So I'm going to save my program. Now there are two different steps that we need to follow actually. So first of all, I'm going to open the terminal. Now inside the terminal, now this hello Java program has been written in English, and our computers, they don't understand plain English. for that purpose, we need to convert this code into a byte code. Byte code means the 0 1, like 0 1 structure, 0 0 1 1, something like that, which is like a machine code which can be understood by my computer, by my laptop, or by your machine, right? So to do that, we need to first of all compile our plain English into a bytecode. And Java is going to help us with that. So we have installed that JDK, right? Java Development Kit. Inside that, there is something called a Java C command, which we can use to compile our Java program. So I'm going to use Java C, and I'm going to compile my hello java.java file. So this is going to create that machine code, that byte code for us. I'm going to press enter. And if you don't have any issues in your program, you're going to see this file created, hello java.class. So this is an English file, and this is that machine code, machine file. You can see actually, see that? There's more of that machine file, which machine, I mean the laptop or computer can understand. Now we need to see this output, right, in the terminal. So to do that, I'm going to run this program now because we have compiled it. Now let's run it. So I'm going to say Java, and I'm just going to name my program hello Java, something like this. And if I press enter, voila, you see that, right? Hello Java, which is the string which I have written here inside this quotation mark, is getting output here inside my terminal. So this is how we write, a simple Java program. Right now we are just doing the system.out.println, but there are more things which are coming in this entire Java bootcamp. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick recap of what we did actually. So we have installed JDK, we have installed our Visual Studio Code text editor, right? We have written our first Java program, and we're going to talk about the challenge. But before moving on to the challenge, I just want to do some changes in my program. So maybe I'll do some changes, right? And I'm going to run my program again. So I'm going to use my up arrow keys to go back to the previous command. So I'm running my program again, and you see, right, it's not outputting hello Sandip, right? It's outputting hello Java. Because once you do any changes in your program, you basically need to compile it again. So again, I need to use my Java C command, and again, I need to compile my code. So now the new bytecode has been generated. Now I'm going to run my program again, and you see hello Sandeep as output here. See that? So any changes, whenever you do any changes in your program, you just need to recompile your program to see the changes which you have made. So again, I'm going to run my Java C, and if I run Java now, you see hello Java, right? So it's time for a challenge. So let's move on to the challenge. So for this challenge, I'm going to create a folder first, and I'm going to explain the challenge to you. So 02, we're going to write your initials program actually. Initials program. So this is a program I'm going to open inside my Visual Studio Code. So what this program is going to do, so I have a challenge for you, you're going to you can refer this letter grid which I have created. So these are the initials for my name, S for Sandeep and G for Gautam, right? So this is more of a 7x5 grid or 5x7 grid, whatever you want to call it, right? And we are printing all this S, right? And this is looking like a S, and this is looking like a G, where I have used S and G for generating this output. So go ahead and create such kind of grid for your name's initial, right? And if you want to use this grid, also take a screenshot and you can use this grid also. So I want you to print, this output in the console, in the terminal basically, which we have used for printing hello Java, right? I'll give you a hint, right? So there will be like 7 different system.out.println you will need to print this output. So why don't you try this challenge by yourself? I'm going to take a pause here, and then I'm going to come back and solve this challenge by myself. So it will give you the idea like how I am going to solve this challenge by myself, right? So I'm going to take a quick pause, come back, and then I'm going to solve this challenge by myself. Okay, so I think so you need to pause the video and solve this challenge. So let's do this by myself. So I'm going to solve this challenge for you. Hopefully, I think you did it by yourself because this is such a simple program. So the first thing which I'm going to do here, So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have 7 different system out here, right? Before that, I think we need to create a class also. So I'm going to create a class here called your initials dot java. Okay. And let me close this. And I'm going to create a public, not public void actually, public class your initials, and I'm going to have a main method directly here. And inside this main method, you can use a shortcut for the system out also, system.out.println. So I'm going to have a different 7 different system.out.println. So let me copy this, paste, 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 paste. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 different sys out. I'm following this grid, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different system.out.println here. Now, I'm going to run this program because we want to test our program, right, as we progress. So to do that, I'm going to open the terminal. And first of all, I'm going to compile my code. So it will be Java your. You can press the tab, you don't need to write the entire class name. You just press the tab, you press enter, and now it has compiled. I got the bytecode ready. Now I'm going to run this code, Java your, and I'm going to press tab, remove the full stop, and press enter. And you see that I'm not, I'm printing some empty spaces or blank spaces here, something like this. So it got the 7 different rows. Now let's move on and write this code. So first of all, what step 2 I'm going to do, I'm going to write all of this as, 5 times on each line, 7 times. So maybe I'm going to do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to test it, right? So that's always a good idea to test our program. So I'm going to first compile and then I'm going to run. See that? We are getting the output, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different rows are getting printed. Now I'm going to use a strategy where, I'm going to go column by column. So here, first column, I don't have anything, and last column, I don't have anything, right? And rest of the S I want to be there. So I'm going to remove the first one and add a space. I'm going to remove the last one and add a space. I'm going to save. Next, I'm going to remove 2, 3, 4. So second one, space. Sorry, second one, space. Oh, I did a mistake. Hold on. So I need to remove the second one, put a space. I need to remove the third one, put a space. I need to remove fourth one and put a space. So this is done with the second row. Then the third row, I want to have first S, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to remove. So I'm going to remove, add space, remove, add space, remove, add space, remove, add space. Let's do the same for this one. So first one I need to remove and the last one I need to remove. Next is the last one. I want to keep rest of them. 1, remove, 2, remove, 3, remove, 4, remove. Next one, I need to keep the first and last. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3. And the last, I need to remove the first one and the last one. Okay, so I'm going to save, go back to my terminal. I'm going to clear. And again, I'm going to run Java C and then Java. See that? Our S has been formed, right? Let's move on and put a G now. So I'm going to have 3 different spaces here, right? So I'm going to, maybe I'll have 3 or 2, it depends. So I'm going to put 3 spaces here now, or maybe 2. So first of all, I'm going to put 2 spaces, 1, 2, and then I'm going to write 5 Gs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put 2 spaces here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 G's. 1, 2 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 G's. Now I'm going to use the same strategy which I have used for the S. So first one and last one I don't need. So I'm going to remove the first one, put a space, and remove the last one, put a space. Next, first and last. So I'm going to remove the second space, third space, fourth space. I'm going to have one only. So I'm going to remove the rest of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I need to remove the second one. So put a space there. 2, 3, 4 I need to remove. So 2, 3, 4. Next again I need to remove 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. And the last one I need to remove the first one and the last one. I'm going to save and I think we are ready. You can see the shape here. I'm going to clear my terminal. First of all, I'm going to compile. Sorry, I need to compile actually. It's showing the last output. So Java C, and then I'm going to run my program. And awesome. See that? My initials, I can see my initials. So you can use this grid, and you can generate your own names, initial, and you can follow the strategy which I have used here, to produce that particular output. So I think, how do you like about this challenge? Hopefully this is helpful. And we did something for our first program, right? We haven't written a very simple program. I mean, this is a simple one, but at least it has some challenge in it, right? We have made it interesting, writing your own initials. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to continue this series, this Java Bootcamp series. I'm going to come up with more videos. Until then, I would like to say you take care and goodbye.